Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be deep cleaning a Range Rover Sport Supercharged, which has one of the nicest interiors with a carbon fiber paneling, the two-tone leather seats, but as you guys can see from these before shots, we are far from the truth with the dirt, the dust, the food, the kid stuff everywhere. This thing needs a complete deep clean. But if you guys are new, smash the subscribe button down below, give this video a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and get started. Now, whenever I start these details, it's always wise to try to pull out as much of the stuff as you can. Get all the trash, get all the floor mats out, get all the different things, get the kids' seats out, get everything out of the vehicle so we can truly assess how much damage the kids have done to the back. And there's definitely hidden treasures underneath every car seat, and this car is no exception. This car wasn't done in my personal garage, so I didn't have all my tools available. I didn't get to pull out the front seats for this detail, but I show you how to get as much of it out underneath the seats as possible, inside the nooks and crannies between the center console and the seat itself. And most of the time, I can say that anybody watching this video, if you're detailing your own car and following along, you don't need to pull out your seats either. Unless you're doing a deep clean, you don't have to do it maybe once a year, every 2 years sort of thing, unless you're just got a lot of crap in between there. But for most people, that is something that you don't have to do. I always try to be thorough with my first round of vacuuming. I do one at the end as well after I detail, but for the first round, it's always wise to do as much as possible because that way it saves time with having to dust, having to wipe everything down. So I try to get all the air vents, try to get the dashboard, try to remove as much dirt and dust as possible, especially from the door panels, because that way your microfiber towels won't get clogged up and you don't have to do extra work later on. One of the things as a detailer that I hate the most has to be actual like sand from a beach or from a playground. Sand is like the thing that gets into every nook and cranny. It's even worse than dog hair. It's definitely a detailer's nightmare. But using the detailing brush and the vacuum hand in hand, it helps definitely suck up all that dirt without it going onto the floor and making more of a mess. And if you guys don't have a set of detailing brushes, head over to my website, foxclean.com, to pick up a set of your own.
I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going. I get to it out the runway. Different incomes, not one way. Living life on a one way. I knew this would happen someday. You can ask my day one day.
Now when I started doing the back seat, you can see here that when the seat was all the way forward, I was able to use my tiny nozzle, my vacuum, to get really far in between the seats and underneath them to get most of the stuff out. Obviously there is still some stuff underneath there that I missed, but for majority of everyone following along, this is enough of a process.
Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going. Different summer, different car keys. I'm the life of the party. Might buy a bike like a Harley. Totally do so gnarly. God got me, can't harm me. I got armor and an army. Battle scars, battle smartly. Just forever like a Sharpie. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going. 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 Never going.
When you're vacuuming your leather seats, or your cloth seats for that matter, make sure that your attachments on your vacuum don't have any like burrs or sharp edges on them, because those can scratch your seats. Now this car didn't have a ton of pet hair in it, but even using a pet detailing brush to get a lot of the loose fibers from the carpet or any pet hair in the fibers out is a good idea, because it does make the carpet look fresh and brand new again after. Another commonly missed area is your spare tire wheel well. So if you're vacuuming your car, make sure you're pulling up those rear trunk panels, getting in where your spare tire is, getting all that area vacuumed up as well. Now that we have all the vacuuming done, it is now time to start wiping and cleaning all of the different panels inside the vehicle. And for that, I'm using Chemical Guy's Alt Clean, which I have diluted down. And then I'm going to be following up with Chemical Guy's Silk Shine to kind of give it that protected but also glossy shine. For the windows, I'm using invisible glass, which is obviously my go-to if you ever watched my videos before. It does a really good job at making the windows super clean without having a streaked finish. One thing to keep in mind when you're cleaning your center console or anything with switches that for that matter, lightly spraying your brush sometimes is an easier solution than spraying the entire dashboard itself. That way you don't oversaturate it. Just keep that in mind when you're detailing your car. The center console of this car had a ton of dirt in it, and for your cars as well, when you're doing a detail, see if you can pull out your cup holders, see how many of the components pop out easily, because that is something that will speed up some time by cleaning outside the vehicle, but also see if there's any dirt or grime underneath those components. One of the things that most people mention to me is that the windshield is a really hard component to clean, and to be honest, you can do it with a microfiber towel by kind of doing an under reach grab so you can get into the very front of the windshield. But Invisible Glass actually makes this tool that you can pick up on Amazon. It makes it a little bit less awkward, and for me personally, it does help me with speeding up my details. Now for the leather seats, I am using a bristled boar's hair brush that I picked up at the store. This is Chemical Guy's Leather Conditioner and Chemical Guy's Leather Cleaner. These are actually two new products that I haven't tried before. And like I said, I'm not currently home when I detailed this vehicle, so I had to pick up components that I found at the local stores. When you are looking for a brush to clean your seats, make sure it is not a super stiff brush that's going to scratch or cause any tearing or issues with your car seats, but make sure it's also hard enough that some of those things that get stuck in the different creases and different stitchings can get also removed from the car. Like I said, this was my first time using these two different components, and I felt the cleaner did a really good job, but I was also super impressed with the conditioner because the way it went on was super easy, but it also didn't leave like any waxy or slimy finish to it. It just dried a nice, matte, bright finish that you would expect from new leather.
change of scenery. Yeah. Everybody smoking all the greenery. Yeah. Close the match 'cause they were handed down to me. But
now for the floor mats, I'm using the Chemical Guy's All Clean in my bristle brush to get all the grime that's solidified on there off. But typically in this case, because they are rubber, I would use my pressure washer if it was available. If you don't have one available to you, this is a process that you could follow as well.
Poison's gonna chew you from the inside out. So right now, say it with your chest now, say it with your chest now. I'm young, I'm free, can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to run.
Now, one thing you might not realize is actually most shop vacs can be reversed on the hose side to be a blower. So for this case, I used it to blow off the water from the floor mats to aid in the drying process.
Cheers to all the haters, cause you proved to me that rising to the top was my destiny. And you can see whatever from behind me, but I'm still fly, I know. I'm still fly, let's go. It could all be worse, I could be a hater like you. It could all be worse. Clothes to make the man, but that poison's gonna kill you. From the inside out, it's time to say it with your chest now, say it with your chest now. I'm young, I'm free, can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to run it out. It's my time, it's my time to ride it. I'm young, I'm free, can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to run it out. It's my time, it's my time to ride it out. It's your time, oh. If you're on the bus, say yeah. Yeah. If you're on a train, say yeah. Yeah. If you gotta walk, say yeah. Yeah. Everybody's going somewhere. Yeah. Young or old, I really don't care. Yeah. Life has never really been fair. Yeah. So put your fist up in the air. Yeah. Say yeah. I'm young, I'm free, can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to run it out. It's my time, it's my time to ride it. I'm young, I'm free, can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to run it out. It's my time, it's my time to ride it out. It's your time, oh.
One area of the vehicle that I sometimes have a hard time getting out all of the cleaning solution from is the speaker grills or certain parts of the car. You can actually use your vacuum to help aid in removing that extra liquid that gets stuck in there, with also pulling out some of the dirt that might be stuck. Now that all those components are clean, it is time to put the floor mats back in the vehicle, and I also do a final vacuuming step at this point, because when you're detailing the car and inside the vehicle, you're always dropping dirt or fibers from your towels. Anything can get on the ground at that point, so I always do one last maintenance vacuum before I put all the floor mats in and finish up the detail.
this a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it.
And this a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it.
One thing that I've started to do on my vacuum is to put these bags inside the vacuum itself. If I'm not sucking up any liquids, I can use one of these bags. It keeps the inside of my vacuum clean, it keeps my filter clean longer, and then all I have to do is take this yellow bag out and throw it away. Makes cleanup 10 times easier. Now here are the before and after shots, and I'm using a new camera, which I was super pumped about because it allowed me to get some really cool angles, make it a lot more stabilized, and the flow is so much easier with some of these cinematic shots. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's detail, and if you haven't subscribed, smash that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in next week's detail.
Talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta